Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into 7 Harley-Davidson motorcycles that dealers are struggling to sell. Some were too expensive, others didn't fit Harley's identity, and a few just missed the mark completely. Let's get started. Number 7, Harley-Davidson Livewire. Harley-Davidson's first electric motorcycle, the Livewire, was meant to redefine the brand for a new generation of riders. With instant torque, high-tech features, and futuristic styling, it seemed like a bold step forward. However, dealers quickly realized it was a tough sell. Powered by a 105 horsepower electric motor, the Livewire can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. It offers 146 miles of city range, has premium Showa suspension, and features a cornering ABS system for added safety. On paper, it's an impressive machine, but here's the problem. Harley's core audience didn't want it. The lack of the signature Harley rumble and its premium price tag, originally $29,799, turned off traditional buyers. At the same time, younger riders interested in electric motorcycles found better options from brands like Zero Motorcycles, which offered similar performance for less money. The Livewire suffered from an identity crisis, and despite being a great electric motorcycle, it didn't fit into the Harley-Davidson lineup. Even after rebranding Livewire as its own company, dealerships still struggle to move units. But if you think this one is controversial, wait until you see what's next. Number 6, Harley-Davidson Street 500 and Street 750. The Harley-Davidson Street 500 and Street 750 were designed to be affordable, entry-level models for new riders. On paper, they made sense. Lightweight, easy to handle, and priced well below Harley's bigger bikes. The Street 500 came with a 494cc liquid-cooled engine, while the Street 750 had a 749cc version of the same Revolution X power plant. They were meant to attract urban riders and beginners with a low seat height and smooth power delivery. However, poor build quality and a lack of Harley character doomed these bikes. Riders reported cheap materials, rattling parts, and weak brakes, which hurt their reputation. Competing bikes like the Honda Rebel 500 and Yamaha Bolt offered better reliability at a similar price, making the Street Series a tough sell. Even worse, they didn't feel like real Harleys. Traditional buyers ignored them, while younger riders chose better-built alternatives. By the time Harley discontinued them in 2020, dealers were still sitting on leftover stock. Up next, a muscle cruiser that tried too hard to be modern, but didn't find a home. Number 5, Harley-Davidson XDR 114. The FXDR 114 was meant to be a performance cruiser that blended drag racing styling with Harley muscle. With a Milwaukee 8 114 engine producing 119 pound-feet of torque, it had serious power. Its massive 240mm rear tire, aluminum swing arm, and aggressive stance gave it a bold, futuristic look. Harley wanted to attract younger riders looking for something sporty but still American-made. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The radical styling turned off Harley purists, while the riding position, with stretched-out forward controls and a high handlebar, was uncomfortable for long rides. At $18,999, it was also too expensive for a bike that didn't excel at anything specific. Sport bike riders had faster options, while traditional Harley riders stuck to classic softails. The FXDR was discontinued after just 2 years, leaving dealers with leftover stock that's still sitting around. Next up, a Harley built with Porsche's help that never won over the crowd. Number 4, Harley-Davidson V-Rod. When Harley partnered with Porsche to build the V-Rod, the goal was to create a high-performance, liquid-cooled cruiser. With a 250cc Revolution engine producing 120 horsepower, the V-Rod was one of the fastest Harleys ever made. It had sport bike DNA, with a high-revving engine, aluminum frame, and aggressive design. It could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 3.5 seconds, making it one of Harley's quickest motorcycles. But there was a problem. It didn't sound, feel, or ride like a Harley. Traditional buyers hated the liquid-cooled engine and the lack of a throaty V-twin rumble. Its small 3.7-gallon gas tank also meant frequent refueling, making it impractical for long rides. At $17,100, it was too expensive for sport bike fans and too different for Harley loyalists. Despite lasting over a decade, the V-Rod never found its audience, and dealers still struggle to sell leftover stock. Next up, A Harley that tried to mix cruiser styling with sport bike performance, but failed at both. Number 3. Harley-Davidson Street Rod. The Street Rod was supposed to be a sportier version of the Street 750, with more horsepower, better suspension, and improved braking. It had a 749cc engine tuned for 18% more power, plus dual-disc front brakes and drag-style handlebars. But while Harley aimed for performance, the awkward ergonomics made the bike uncomfortable. The high foot pegs and compact frame made it cramped for taller riders, and the stiff suspension made city riding unpleasant. At $8,999, it was priced close to the Yamaha MT-07 and Honda CB650R, both of which offered better performance, comfort, and reliability. Ultimately, the Street Rod was stuck in limbo, not quite a cruiser, not quite a sport bike, and dealers couldn't move them. Next up, a touring bike that promised the best of both worlds but failed to deliver. Number 2. Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. The Sport Glide was meant to be a versatile cruiser with touring capability, featuring removable saddlebags and a small fairing. It used the Milwaukee 8 107 engine, offering 100 horsepower and smooth power delivery. However, its mid-sized design and high price made it hard to justify. At $18,599, it wasn't big enough for serious touring, but too expensive for casual cruising. Riders looking for a true touring bike chose the Road King, while those wanting a simple cruiser went with the Softail Slim. The Sport Glide was stuck in the middle, and dealers still struggled to move remaining stock. And finally, the number 1 Harley that dealers can't sell. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250. Harley's first adventure bike, the Pan America 1250, was a bold experiment. With a 150 horsepower Revolution Max engine, adaptive suspension, and advanced electronics, it competed directly with the BMW GS and KTM 1290 Adventure. But despite great specs, Harley loyalists weren't interested. The adventure bike market is dominated by brands with decades of off-road credibility, and many riders hesitated to trust Harley. With a starting price of $17,699, it was also more expensive than some competitors, making it a tough sell. Despite strong initial interest, dealers are now struggling to move Pan Americas, and discounts are popping up everywhere. Which of these Harleys do you think deserved better? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great